welcome to GhostPrime Reviews. So I'm going to take a look at Studio Series 82 Ratchet. I absolutely love the Bumblebee movie designs, at least that first 5 minutes where we saw them all on Cybertron. I think they look great.
They broke into the front lines!
So I opted to pick this guy up and a few of the other Bumblebee movie ones. I really enjoy the Bumblebee movie designs for a specific reason. They actually look like they have covering, where the previous movies look like they're just a bunch of parts stuck in there for detail and don't look actually very solid. They look very fragile. I think they look beefy and solid and like they could do battle in the Bumblebee movie. So I'm definitely more on that side of the design spectrum. So I really was excited to pick this guy up. And I've had him for a few weeks now, so I got a pretty good opinion. There's a few things that I would like to change on him, which I'll go over in the review. So please, hit that thumbs up button, hit the thumbs down button if you have to, subscribe if you haven't, and without any further ado, let's get to the review. And as I always do, take a look at the packaging. Now, Studio Series is really the only packaging I keep that's not like a Optimus Prime or Megatron, because I love those backdrops. Anyhow, you have a picture of him, looks like directly from the movie. Well, it's not from the scene, but it looks like to be the model they used from the movie. You have Studio Series 82 right there. Close up of the head, right there on the side of the box. 82 is present there. Different modes on the back. Autobot logo shows up here. And a full-on picture of Ratchet right there. One thing to notice, you notice also on the figure, he has gray hands, but he has red hands in the film. I don't know why they didn't make them red. I think it would look good red. So inside the packaging, they are now connected to this piece right here, which is the same thing as the background, but it's just to, so there's, I guess, minimize the plastic. But he does have this beautiful backdrop of Cybertron. And again, I love these and wish I could display him like this. There he is in the backdrop. I dig these display boxes. These are really cool. Kind of give a premium feel to these releases. And of course, he comes with a set of instructions. He also comes with this rifle, which looks very much like Sideswipe's. However, it's also really reminiscent of the first scene that we see in the movie in Bumblebee, where he holds a gun. That's very similar to this. This side is much bigger in the back here, and it's just a different shape. I think they probably made it like this just so it was more recognizable. I don't know. Kind of weird to give him Sideswipe's gun, but that could fit in his hand, which is a 5mm peg. Moving right along to the figure himself. Let's get up real close, see if I can get a good look at that head sculpt. I think he has a pretty nice head sculpt, if I could get the camera to focus on it. There we go. He has a pretty nice head sculpt. Definitely looks directly out of the film. I really dig that. I like the shade of blue they used for this translucent plastic here and a silver Autobot logo. Got some red paint going on right there. Moving down to hollowness in the thighs. Got some silver paint and red that show up there. I like the red on the arms around there. And the gray around the side of the arms there. The back has a lot of detail. Going back, very hollow legs, and he is also very hollow in his arms where his hands fold in. Otherwise, he's a pretty good looking robot. One thing I definitely have to urge caution on about the UV again is you can even see how it's a slightly different color there. Now mine came like that out of the package, but other people's have yellowed very quickly, so this type of plastic is cheap and just gotta go. He does have light piping, and that light piping does work. I'm going handheld for a second just so I can show you light piping. That looks awesome. So moving right along, let's just take a quick look at some comparisons. Here he is with Earthrise Ratchet. So you can see he is kind of smaller. He is a small bot. Here he is with the Studio Series Optimus Prime, so you get an idea of scale. I think they scale rather well, but that's part of the line, one of the things the line is known for. Also, here he is with Studio Series Soundwave. And because why not good old classics Ratchet. And getting right into articulation here, he has 360 degrees at the shoulder. His shoulders can also go out like that. I actually really dig this hinge here. I think this is very cool. He has 90 degrees at the elbow. He has, of course, bicep swivel, no wrist swivel. He has 360 degrees of waist swivel. His head is on a ball joint, so you get all kinds of expression out of that. You can look up and down a little bit, not too bad. Overall, it's pretty good. His legs can go, let's see, his legs go up that way, that far back. Now, one thing I do want to mention is right in the middle there, it's very loose. This leg is okay, but this one is not, and that's very common with this figure. His knee can go 90 degrees. He has a little bit of a front foot. Actually, he has a lot of a front foot. That's for transformation. And he has just a tiny bit of a rocker. Overall, not too bad. Now, one thing you can do, you could kind of unpeg this front part just a little bit on his waist. It doesn't really break the mold, but you could get sort of not an ab crunch, but a kind of side to side. Kind of do the transformation, but you could do some kind of cool things with it, you know, like you can make it look like that. So you get some cool kind of poses with it if you just kind of unpeg it from there. I think that's really cool. So as he drops his gun, that's okay. We don't need it anyway because we are going to transformation. Now, first things for transformation is you want to go ahead and put those hands in. This thing's got a really interesting transformation. Kind of difficult to get all those together on camera. So if I don't remember all the pieces, I apologize ahead of time. But you want to take these back flaps and just kind of unpeg them, which they have pegs there, and that's where they slot into. Go ahead and just open that up like that. Take this back part right over the head. As you can see, it's kind of cut out and shaped for his head crest there. And it kind of goes right up and over. Then you just kind of unfold everything here. Kind of unfold it all. So that just completely explodes. Right? And then what you're going to want to do is you want to take his legs, turn them all the way around, go ahead and put the feet in, like so. And then what's going to happen here is you get this flat waist piece here and the foot, and it kind of goes up and over on those sides right there. Now you go ahead and just move that up and around. There's a little joint right there. Bring that forward and extend it as far as it'll go. And then there's little peg holes right there and pegs there that are translucent pegs. And you kind of just fiddle with it until you get those just kind of tabbed in place. Go ahead and move that top piece down. You have something that looks like this. Move that out and back. And then this could go all the way around, covering up the head. Now, this one's kind of fiddly. There is a slot there. You can kind of see it, and there's a peg there. Now, those peg into that slot, and I'm just going to go ahead and move these doors out a little bit to get these out of the way, and just kind of move both of these in at the same time. This is where I usually have some trouble. Let's see if it happens today. You can kind of go like that and kind of get that in there and slot them both in. Okay, there. Now, once those are both slotted in, the arms will be sticking out the bottom, and you'll see these little peg holes in the feet and pegs on the arms, and you just kind of want to fold the arms down and around. Just kind of peg those in for both sides, just like so. And take these, oh wait, before you do that, if you haven't already, take the front wheels, put them down and around. So these are going to face down where the red piece is here, like that. And then put those together. Together. Make sure it's all tabbed in nice. Give a good squeeze. And there you have his vehicle mode, which I actually really dig. I think it looks really good. Get the camera down lower on it. Getting in close here, definitely has some nice details that show up on him. I love the way the whole front canopy looks. He definitely has that van vibe without actually being a van. He almost looks like a sci-fi space roller, which is cool. I like that. I think that's pretty good. Overall, it definitely invokes Ratchet. Got some nice detail in the back. He's got a 5mm port on the roof there, which you could go ahead if you would like and stick his gun so he could plow, 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 pow, 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 pow. Shoot Decepticons as he's rolling along. I really like this. He's kind of small in this mode. I'll just bring in, for comparison, here he is with Siege Ratchet, so you get an idea of just the, see if I get a better on camera there, can I get an idea of the size, how small he is in comparison to a more modern Ratchet. He is very, very small. He's about the size of a Generation 1, but there you can see how those two look. Both Cybertronian modes. Oh yeah, I dig this little mode. I think it's cool that the Autobot logo shows up right in front. There's definitely no guessing as to who this needs to be, who this is. Very cool little figure. So in conclusion, there's a lot to like about this figure. There's a lot to not like. The hollowness in the legs, the arms, that's something I don't like. The looseness is annoying. I've heard it's even worse on some examples. Mine just being the one leg isn't so bad. This plastic has Cincy yellow in any UV light, any at all. So make sure your lights that you have in your collection room are not UV. Make sure you have no natural light coming in, or these will be yellowed in a matter of weeks. That is terrible, just like the Starscream, the Shatterglass Starscream. However, the sculpt work on this is good. I love the blue and the canopy, and I like the alt mode. It's weird that he comes with Sideswipe's gun, but it's still a very cool figure, and I really like the way that he looks. I think he looks good. I think he looks really good, and it definitely embodies a character from on the screen. So keep all that in mind when you buy this guy. It'll look good on yourself, but it's going to yellow really quickly. And it's fairly posable. So anyway, thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. Remember to subscribe if you haven't, and I'll see you guys next time.